Welcome, this is the Rickety, and we're going to do a little Empire Rise of the Battleship. I think this is my third video on this game. We're about 5 weeks into playing this so far, and I've gotten kind of far up into here. We're at HQ 20 now. I've got 21 cooking. It's starting to get a lot more difficult to get these buildings and stuff upgraded. I guess there's a pretty big curve, but they probably intend it that way, because the game is pre-release and they don't want people maxing it all out or whatever it is too easily, so they might adjust the stuff later and maybe not. So anyways, we're going to talk a little bit today about transport ships, collection ships, and repair ships, what they do. And I'm going to draw some boxes too, so maybe I'll do that. I'll do a separate video just for boxes. But let's take a look at what I have here. I'll go into my port and you can see all my little fleets. I've got 4 now. So the first fleet, this is the attack one, and you've seen from the previous videos that I like subs a lot. I do have enough subs to upgrade one of these to 6-star. I can either do the Kilo, which is the red one, the red stripe here. I can do this. See the little red dot on the bottom right? That means I do have the ships to upgrade it, but I don't want to use one of these oodles. I'd like to have an additional one that's not really upgraded, so I don't waste the resources, because basically it's going to disappear. I do have one additional Kilo, that little level 21 that I can use for that top one there, but you also need 3 of these 5-star submarines to do it, and I wouldn't mind using the Gato, the Barbel, or Barbell, or however you say it. I wouldn't mind using those 2, but that Kilo there in the middle is not going to be usable, and I don't want to use any of those level 100 ones. I want to keep those. So my issue here is I need one more 5-star sub, really. I mean, I guess if I had one, I would use that other Oodaloid that I've got and bring one of these Kilos up to 6 stars. I can also do one of these Collins, which the main thing on the Collins is it spawns a little mimic or a drone ship that kind of fakes the other fleet out, and they fire on it. It doesn't really mean anything as a decoy. But for this one, I have to use a forward carrier, which I have just one of. I'm not really using it to attack, but I do have another one. And I need to use a Collins. I don't know if that's the one that I'm upgrading or what, but and then 5-star submarines again. So I'm still back to the same point I was on the other sub upgrade. So I'm going to consume 1 or 2 subs that I don't want to burn yet. So one alternative is to upgrade one of those other junky ones, which would be a 4-star to a 5-star sub. So if I can get one of those Gatos or something, if I had enough of those, or even like the Type XI, if I could bring one of those up to 5 stars and use it, which I don't believe I have the stuff to do that. So I need 3 XIs, which I know I don't have those. I do have 4 X4s, and then I have to burn 4-star submarines to do that. So I kind of don't really have that either. Let's see, I don't know about this Gato here, which in the Spanish that means cat sub. I don't know if this Gato is a real sub in real life. Some of these ships are, though. Like the Ford is a U.S. the most modern U.S. carrier that is being constructed. I think they've built one, but it just kind of doesn't work. They're still working out the bugs on it before they put it into actual combat. So anyways, let's go back to what we were going to talk about here and talk about the little support ships that we can do. So on the support ships, I've got a 5-star repair ship. Looking at this, you can see the little wrench down here, repair points. So since a lot of this stuff is not really explained very well in English, because the devs, it's not their first language, so they're using some kind of a translator instead of hiring an actual translator that speaks fluent English, that are just kind of winging it or whatever. But anyways, reading this, repair ship is used for support in battle. It can repair ships that have been damaged in battle. restoring their durability. See, there's unneeded comma there. As it's a support ship that carries out its duties behind the battle lines, it does not get fired upon by other ships. So that means it never enters combat and it doesn't get hit. However, its durability is limited and is unable to give unlimited support to ships in battle. So that doesn't really explain what this thing does well. And then you have the little stat down there, the 25786 with a wrench. So we're going to assume, which I think this is really the case, that 25,786 damage done to the fleet that the ship is in is mitigated by that 5-star ship, and probably doesn't translate to damage to the ship. These things automatically just filter that out. The 4-star does 12,892, and I've got 3 of those in there. Oops, I kind of tapped too many times, but I've got 3 of those in there. 2 4s and 1 5-star. So I'm kind of mitigating close to 50,000 damage that could be done to my ship that I don't have to pay for. So if you look at the durability here, it says 99%. If there's even 1 point of damage to the fleet, it's going to say 99%. But looking here, I need to pay 21 points to repair my fleet, and then I just hit repair and it's done. So it's back to 100%. So what those 3 repair ships are doing for me are saving those repair points, so I don't have to spend them. They're just kind of negating some of the damage that would be applied when they fight something. This 4th ship is a landing craft, which this is for support battle versus some kind of a ground target, which I'm guessing is a player or a pirate base or a port or something like that. And then you've got a 54 with flags on it. Affects damage inflicted by your fleets when attacking Alliance Island buildings in the Endless Sea. What a great description of what it really does. So you get 54 flags of something or another towards capturing a base or fighting it and winning whatever the rewards are. So that's what the support ships do in that first fleet. Second one, I have these fleet 2 and 3. I mainly use those for collecting oil. So those ships up on top, they don't really do much. I just throw them in there just because it's something. I don't know. There's not really any point. You can put anything you want up there. They just they carry some resources, but it's really the transport ships down here that carry the most resources. See, the thing with the little Ferris wheel, sort of, not Ferris wheel, but, just kind of like one of those river boats with the casinos and crap. Anyways, this is a collector ship. So what these do is affect the speed at which you get oil from the oil rigs that are out at sea. So you send this fleet out, and the more collection ability you have from this, the faster you collect the oil from the rigs. So I have one of these that's 5-star, and it's 6,500. 6,500. What the hell does that mean? It's probably per minute or whatever, 10 minutes, some kind of interval. Collection ship used for support and battle. Probably not battle, because these don't do shit for battle. I don't know if you considered collecting oil from a rig a battle, but then again, we are dealing with some pretty poor English in this game. It can quickly extract resources from resource points, which is only oil at this point. Maybe they come out with other stuff later, with a greater efficiency than other ships, which, yes, if you don't have these in there, it is much slower. It is one of the necessary ships for gathering resources in the Endless Sea. Very nice. Okay, so I could upgrade this too, and I need to consume my other collection ships and repair ship to do that, but I don't have enough without leaving some of the other ships lacking. So anyways, second fleet has 2 collection ships at 5-star, which should collect fairly quickly. And I have a 5-star and a 4-star transport ship. So a transport ship transports amounts of oil or whatever else. If you're raiding a base, this should increase the amount of resources you plunder from a player base. So load capacity 15,000, which is a lot more than those other ships have available. And then 450 fleet load affects the total load capacity points in the whole fleet, increasing the fleet's total load capacity bonus. So not very well explained on that, but it probably increases the other ship's capacity by that much too. Carrier ship and blankety blank. I'm just reading the description there. So not too explanatory. It's not very clear. It would actually be nice if somebody that could explain this. Oh, and I can't repair durability while it's collecting all, which that's what this fleet is doing right now. 4-star, 8,000. So the 5-star definitely carries a ton more stuff. So, eventually down the line I'll upgrade those to do more. So 2 transport ships, 2 collection ships, and that. This fleet holds a total of 90,670 oil per trip, collecting at a rate of whatever those 2 collection ships do. So that's 37,210. So that's cumulative of the whole fleet. Third fleet is similar. Almost the same structure, just a little bit less capacity, probably because those upper ships need to be leveled up to collect more oil or whatever, or hold more. But it's, within 4,000, 3,000 or 4,000 of what that other fleet is. So I'm not super concerned about it. And some of that is also due to tech upgrade bonuses that I get for upgrading fleet capacity and collection abilities in my tech research upgrade screens, which we can peek at that in a sec. Fleet 4. Fleet 4, this is one that I kind of use because I don't have another. If I had another transport ship, I would actually just throw it in here. But since I have 3 collections, and I just put that other ship down there because I don't have any more support ships to put in here. But I put 3 collection ships in there so it can more rapidly collect stuff. It only holds 30K, but I use this fleet for a cleanup on the rigs. So let's hop out real quick to the sea. And let's take a look, and you can do this, hit the eyeglass thing and select oil. You can change your level up and down. A lot of the stuff around me here is 6, so we'll find one. So like this one right here, 2180. So a lot of times once you deplete this rig completely, it will disappear and the game will generate a new rig with, I think, 300,000 resources of oil. So I would send out my cleaner, which is Fleet 4 here. I would send them out, and it's going to go out there and pick that rig clean because it's only a couple thousand and it holds 30K. So it's going to easily clean that rig up, and hopefully it'll spawn another one. But what I've noticed here is there used to be more rigs here. So there's my base in the green. There used to be some here kind of in this area, the middle of the screen. And as I've used them up, they've just kind of spawned some, but it's really just getting further and further away. So I've cleaned up almost everything around me, and they're just not respawning at the same rate. So I don't know. I think you might eventually have to move. So I don't know how the heck all these alliances with the islands like this, these guys got to go everywhere to find oil. They probably got to have a 10-minute ship travel time just to find oil. And I don't know, I think that's a big waste of time. You're wasting 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. So 20 minutes of collection time, which if you were right by the oil, you would be collecting oil instead of traveling. So get yourself near some oil, preferably just find a group of 5s or 6s so the rig has a lot more stuff to collect for you. And then, so let's look here. This is a rig that one of my other ships is on, so it's collected 47,000, has 87,000 left. 44 minutes, 53 seconds left before it's done. Then it heads home. There's some other rigs in the area, so 36K on this one. This one's got 300, so that's a brand new one. That's a full one. Another full one. So they do get further out, and some of my neighbors here start collecting up on all my oil. I'm gonna have to beat them down a little bit and cripple them, be a mean guy or something. It's a war game, so get over it. Anyways, so that kind of sums up all the little support ships that you have in there. Let's take a look at. So we're going to go claim this. We're going to go into the tech center so you can take a peek at my tech. So basic tech, you start out with a couple of ones. No, there's nothing in basic that does it. So mid-level collection ship improvement, here's one. It's maxed out. So 15% more efficiency collection. So I'm guessing that's 15% faster than it was. 15% capacity. So I've increased how much each ship can hold by 15% by maxing that out. Drone tech, I maxed it out just for the heck of it. Do we have any more down here? Metal mining, crystal mining, dollar mining, drill analysis. So those help. Those are passive too. You don't actually have to send ships out to get any of that stuff. It just it ends up here at the HQ. So I've collected this, and it says 58 minutes since I've last collected. And inside the chaotic world, you got to go in here. I don't know a better way to do this collection other than you can sail. You can hit claim at the bottom and loot at the bottom. That's 2 taps. Or I can sail to this island and it collects everything. So that's kind of one way that I do it. But you hop out there. That's all passive. Just like, the little tech chips in here. Those are passive. The Naval Academy, those are for upgrading your captains. That's passive. Alloy plant, this is for upgrading tiers of your ship. That's passive. So the only real one you have to spend effort on is oil, and it's a pain in the ass. So you got to kind of play a little bit more often or check in every. Kind of the key is you can balance out your collection fleets too. So if you're the kind of person that's on all the time, I would say put more collection ships in there so you can collect faster and have them back to the port. And it's essential that you're near the oil in that case too, so because you're going to waste a ton of time traveling. But more collection ships so they're bouncing back and forth faster since you're on more often. If you're not on very often, put more transport ships. So you send them out once, come back 4 hours later, and pick it up and send them out again. So that way you're getting full value for the time you're spent away. If you filled all these up with transport ships, it would probably take you 5 or 6 hours to fill them up. With the 3 collection ships, you saw that. This, I don't know where that is. Let's go take a look and see what the time is on that to collect 2K. Oops, I don't want to return it, so I tap the fleet. So if you look at this, 3 collection ships, it's just kind of burning it down. It took less than like 2 minutes to grab that 1,000 oil. So it's going to clean that rig out pretty soon. I got 1 minute left and it's already done. So yeah, that'd be the perfect fleet if you're on a lot and you're there to watch and make sure that your ships are always out collecting. If you're not going to be, more transport ships is the key. So repair ships on your combat fleets, collection transport ships balanced for your oil collection fleets. Let's see what else we got. Back into the techs. On advanced, there is more. So I have new energy tech. That's for your energy building. That's a totally different topic. Okay, so collection ship improvement right here and transport ship improvement. Those are not maxed out because these start getting very expensive. So I can probably upgrade one right now. 1.4 mil oil, 7 mil cash, and 11 crystals. So I might as well just do that. And tab help. So that'll be 15%. That'll make it equivalent to what the mid-tier was, and I still have 5 left. And that'll keep getting more expensive, but it's a good thing. It'll eventually pay off in the end over time, upgrading that sort of stuff, even though it kind of blows your resources. But as you can see up there, I have 5 days left cooking my HQ21, and when that goes up, it's going to open up new levels of the Chaotic World, which I don't know if I'll be able to beat or not with my sub-fleet, but we'll see. I think that is all that we were going to do for this video, so I'll shut this down and I'll immediately make the one where we're going to pull some boxes and see what kind of ships I got. I've been saving up for a couple of days to show you. So check out the next video if you want to see some boxes opened, and then we'll see you next time. Thank you.